Hello and happy Friday, everyone. If you're jumping on, make sure you say hi, say hello, let me know you're on the live today. If you are watching the replay or watching us on YouTube, make sure you say hello, comment below, and subscribe. We'd love to share more videos with you. Lots of videos. I do 2 a week with all our beautiful Stampin' Up! Products. So make sure you say hi and hello. Let me know you're there. If you're on our Facebook page, you are being entered into our contests every month, and we give away a lot of fun Stampin' Up! Prizes. So definitely worth it to just pop on and say hello. Plus, I've always got some fun stuff to show you. I've got some really pretty stuff today, featuring our gorgeous, gorgeous paper. I love, love, love our designer series paper. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get started here. Hello, everyone. My name is Tracy Allen. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I have been crafting for a very long time, 20 plus years, and just have so much fun that I decided to become a demonstrator with Stampin' Up! And be able to share this with other people. So I love to be able to do that. It's a lot of fun, and I get to hop on here and share with you too. So I've got some really pretty cards to make today with you. I've got 2 really beautiful cards featuring this gorgeous flowers for every season paper. So I want to start by sharing the paper with you because it is gorgeous. I'm going to set my stamps aside and my dies. And I'm going to open this up. Now this is me. I parceled it out for a class for one of my paper shares. So if you are interested in paper, you can purchase into our paper share this month. So the paper share is all of our brand new designer series paper packs. So there's 10 of them, which is awesome. And you get a quarter of every pack. So you're going to get a quarter of every single paper that we currently have that is our brand new designer series papers, which is 10 packs for $40. Which is great. That's a huge savings over trying to buy every single paper pack yourself, especially because we have some very expensive paper packs right now that are gorgeous. And now you can have just a little bit of it to play with and love, and then decide, you know, if you want to get more. But it's nice to have that option. So we are, if you're interested in that, please PM me, please send me a message. That special is just going on for a limited time. So do make sure you get in touch with me. That's $40 for 10 packs of a quarter of all of our designer series papers, plus a little bonus in there for you too, which is always fun. Always got to throw in a bonus. But today we're doing flowers for every season. So I just want to show you this amazingly gorgeous paper. Now the cool thing about this paper is it was designed with the intent of having all 4 seasons represented. So you're getting a little bit for every single season. And that way, if you're doing a fall card, you've got some fall paper. If you're doing a spring card, you feel like you've got some spring paper here. So you can see there's kind of a fall theme when we're looking at this side. I think there's definitely some summer here too. And it also features all of our brand new in colors. So you see that just jade, our bumblebee, our cinnamon cider, just beautiful, beautiful paper. And you get this great accent paper to go with it. These gorgeous roses, which make a beautiful summer card. You've got the greenery. Oh, I love those. That would be good for spring. Maybe some spring daffodils. Some great pattern papers, so you can accent and do backgrounds with your paper. I love this one for like Christmas. You can see it's very wintry. And then we're going to flip it over. And you get 4 of each of these pages. So you're going to get 4 of these in your paper pack, which is a ton. So really, really awesome. Now we get into the bright springs and summers. So we've got these beautiful tulips. We're going to use some of this monochromatic paper today. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Look at that for Christmas. You've got your poinsettias in this beautiful poppy red color. So pretty. The roses again. Lots of great backgrounds and accents. I love the roses. So pretty. Oh, I love this. What a beautiful fall card that would make. Some more of the daisies, and then you've got your blues here. So lots and lots of gorgeous paper in this paper pack. Again, I'm just showing you one, but you actually get 4 of each of the patterns, the double-sided pages. So definitely, if you're interested, I've got that available on the website too. We also have a card kit right now available. The card kit is $25, and you get everything you need to make 12 beautiful holiday, well, they're really all seasons cards. So you're gonna make a summer card, a fall card, a winter card, and a spring card, and it's featuring this paper. So you actually get 20 sheets of the Flowers for Every Season paper, and you definitely won't use all 20 sheets to make your 12 cards. You'll have lots of paper left over. It comes with the ribbon. It comes with, in fact, it comes with 3 different types of ribbon. It comes with a twine, a gingham ribbon, and this beautiful white ribbon. It comes with your embellishments, all the directions to make 3 of the 4 different card designs. So again, you'll have 12 cards total. And all you do is add the ink and the stamps, right? And your adhesive. And then the stamp set we're using for that is called Best Year. The nice thing about that though is you can trade it out for other sentiment stamps that you might already own. So you don't necessarily have to have the Best Year stamp set. I recommend it because it goes with the directions and the cards are really cute. But you can add that on as well. So that's in our monthly card kits. So that's the July Flowers for Every Season card kit. So I'll put a link to that up on this video as well, so you can see that. All right, we're going to start with our hugs, our Healing Hugs card here. And the idea behind the cards today was really to feature the paper. I really wanted the paper to stand out and be kind of the center of attention as you're looking at these gorgeous cards today. And this beautiful, beautiful paper. So we are going to use the So Sentimental Stamp Set. I love this one. It is a carryover from our mini catalog, so you might already own this one or have seen it. But it's probably one of my favorite go-to sentiments. We have some really beautiful, I buy a lot of the sentiment stamps because I find I use them most often. And so when I can find a sentiment stamp that kind of has a lot of variety to it, I tend to pick those up pretty quickly. I also love that this one comes with dies as well if you want to get the bundle. And the bundle is great because these dies are all layering dies. So they're great. They match, I don't know what that one's doing in there. There's a scallop stitched, and you can see all of those rectangles line up and match together, and they fit your sentiments beautifully. And then, got these on my board here. And then you've got a bunch of other gorgeous dies that you can use for your sentiments that layer together. So you've got these that layer together, you've got the smaller ones that layer together. I've seen all of these layered together. It looks so cute. I've seen these layered with the rectangles, but the nice thing is they match up to your stamps really beautifully. So so you can see we're going to use those 2 today as we're stamping. So beautiful. I love this set. It's so versatile. You can use it pretty much all the time with all your card making. So I tend to have that's kind of my go-to right now. I'm using that quite a bit. Keep these out so I don't forget to use them. All right. So I'm going to put that away, but that is the So Sentimental bundle. If you're looking for that, that's going to be on page 74 of the new catalog. And together it's $48.50. So a really, really awesome set to have. It's kind of my go-to. We're going to use that today with all our beautiful paper. So I'm going to set our card aside and get out some of this paper here for us to start making our card. So because the paper kind of centers around all our brand new in colors, I thought I'd show those to you as well. So we have 5 new in colors. So every year Stampin' Up! Releases 5 new colors for us. And they retire 5 other colors. So they're called the in colors. So right now we have 2 sets of in colors active. We have the 2019 to 2021 in colors, and then we have our brand new ones. So these are 2020 to 2022. So they'll be around for 2 years. So this year and next year, and then they're gone. That's it. They retire them and we say goodbye, which is a little sad because there's always colors when we retire that I love. And I'm always like having this internal debate. Now, do I get rid of it because I'm not going to be able to sell it anymore? Or do I keep it because I love these colors? You know what? 9 times out of 10, I just keep them because I love them. But these colors are gorgeous and I will be super sad to say goodbye. So while I have them for the next 2 years, I'm going to use them a lot. So you'll probably see them a lot featured in a lot of my videos just because they're so pretty. And you can buy them as a set, which is nice too. So you can buy all 5 stamp pads together. So Bumblebee is our yellow, and this is just a really beautiful summer springy yellow. I love that color. Our Magenta Madness, which is kind of a hot pink, right? There's not really another word for it. It is true pink. And it's a pink we didn't have. There's not a color like it right now. There's not even really one that's super similar, and that's why I love it, because it's so different. It's just that really bright, beautiful pink. We have our Cinnamon Cider, which is this really pretty kind of red brown. I can't wait to start using that on a lot of fall cards. I think that's going to be one of my favorite fall colors. We have Just Jade, and Just Jade is our kind of a green. But it's really a true jade color. So I have like a ton of greens, but I feel like I don't have anything like this. So I love that green color. And then lastly is our Misty Moonlight. And Misty Moonlight is the one we're going to feature today. We're going to be playing with our Misty Moonlight paper, and we're going to choose a bunch of the papers that have Misty Moonlight in them. So I chose 3 papers to feature on my card today. And I chose them because they all tied together with that Misty Moonlight. So there's a little bit of Misty Moonlight in all of them. And they're so pretty. I'm not going to lie, it's always hard for me to cut the pretty paper, but you got to cut it because it looks so beautiful on your cards. So I'm going to start with my card base. And we'll cut those here in just a minute. So our card base is a 5.5 by 8.5, so pretty standard card base. We're going to fold it in half, and this is that Misty Moonlight. So when you buy the paper packs from us, you can actually buy a paper pack that has all of the new ink colors in it, and you get 4 sheets of cardstock of 8.5 by 11 cardstock of each of the 5 colors. So I suggest if you love these colors, that's a really good way to get your hands on the cardstock, is to just buy it in that pack. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to set it aside, and I'm going to cut a piece of Whisper White down. And this piece of Whisper White is 3 3/4 by 5. So 3 3/4 by 5. And we're going to make a panel card today. So this is what we call a panel card because we're going to actually put several panels on it. And again, we're going to feature that gorgeous paper. So I'm going to pull out my trimmer. I'm going to move my ink here so I can make a little room. Pull out my trimmer so you can see it. I love my Stampin' trimmer. The best feature of this trimmer is you have 2 blades. One blade is your cutting blade, the darker one, and one blade is your scoring blade. And the nice thing about it is when I'm scoring, I can tuck my cutting blade out of the way. So it's not going to accidentally cut my paper. Because I've had trimmers where I've done that before, where I accidentally grabbed the wrong blade and I've cut my paper and I meant to score it, and that's no fun. So these are awesome. Good quality. It's going to last a long time. You've got a pull-out arm on here that goes to 17 inches. I don't have paper that's 17 inches long, but if I did, it would be super handy. So that's a really, it's my favorite tool that I have. I use it most often. So on our designer series paper, we're going to cut this to 3.5 by 1.5, and you just want to be mindful what direction you're cutting. So I want it to be long ways. So I want it to be long and skinny here. So just make sure when you're cutting it the way you want that to show up on your card. So 3.5 by 1.5. So I'm just going to start with the 1.5. And then I'm going to cut it to 3.5. There we go. And I've got my first panel there. I always keep all the scraps. I will use them for something, I guarantee it. Again, I'm going to do 1.5. And I love it because it's super easy to line this up. Super easy to see, unless I bump it like that. There we go. And again, 1.5 and 3.5 is where we're going to cut it. And one more I'm going to use. I have to decide how I want the flowers to look on it. So I'm going to use this one 1.5. And then we're going to cut it to 3.5. Hi, Jolene. Hi, Carrie. I'm so glad to see you both today. Hopefully your Friday is going well. It's been busy. It's just been busy all around for me. I work at a school. I do school financing for a network of charter schools here in the Phoenix area, and so we have been super busy trying to figure out, you know, reopening schools and making sure they're safe for all our kids and all that good stuff. So work has been the busiest it's ever been. It's been a little crazy around my world, but I love it. I love what I do. I love that I still get to see my kids, and I can't wait to see all our students back soon. Hopefully, I miss them a ton. Working in a big empty quiet building is not nearly as much fun. So I'm going to start by, I just kind of arranged them on the page here. You can arrange them however you want, whatever you like. Remember, the nice thing is we're really featuring this beautiful paper today. Like, that's the idea, is to have this paper be the standout. So however you want to arrange them. And the trick to putting these panels on and making them so they look even, like you meant to do that, because sometimes I've put panels on where I've accidentally left too much space and then the other one doesn't fit, and I figured out the trick. Always start with the outside pieces first, and then this middle piece you can kind of finagle to fit wherever you want so that it looks even. So that's my trick. So I'm going to start with the outside pieces, and I'm just going to use our Stampin' Seal. This is our adhesive runner, and it's nice and sticky, and it's going to keep that paper on there for a good amount of time. And I'm just going to try and make it even when I put it on, so it's kind of an even amount between the top, bottom, and sides. And you're going to see that's going to give me a little less room on the inside, but that's okay. And then I'm going to do the same with my far right hand piece. I'm going to go ahead and use our seal adhesive and get that on. Like that. And again, I'm going to try my best to just make it even. Sometimes it's a little hard. I've got a light and a camera and all kinds of stuff. I'm trying not to lean over so you can still see, but trying to get it even here. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, now I can go in with that center piece, and that piece is going to be what helps me kind of tie it all together. And you can see now all I have to do is just kind of space it evenly between these two panels. And then it looks like it is exactly like it's supposed to be. There you go. And so simple, right? This just takes some beautiful paper that kind of coordinates together. You put it on a piece of white cardstock, and then that's really the focal point of your card, which I love. I think it looks so pretty. And it's so easy to do with your designer series paper. I know you, if you're anything like me, I'm going to call everybody out today, including myself. You probably have a ton of designer paper just hanging around. I know I do. I have baskets and baskets full of it. I have a whole tower behind me full of paper that I just love so much that I kept around because you love it and you don't want anything to happen to all your gorgeous paper, but then you forget to use it. And so this is a really good way to use it during the holidays. You can put 3 different holiday prints here. I think that looks really neat. Maybe put like a red as your background or a green. You can do this with, I mean, really with any of your paper. So I'm going to cut this. It's about 21 inches or so. This is our Misty Moonlight ribbon. So all of our in colors come with a coordinating ribbon too. So it's perfect. You've got your ribbon. It's going to coordinate with your paper. It's going to coordinate with your cardstock, which is going to coordinate with your ink, because Stampin' Up! Is awesome like that. And they make it easy to coordinate, and they take all the guesswork out of it, which is good for me because I need all the guesswork to be taken out. Just makes life easier. Just realized my light is not very bright there. There we go. That probably makes it a little easier to see. I'm going to use my tweezers here. You can pick these up at any craft store. It's on my list of things that I think Stampin' Up! Needs to have, but it is not a product we currently have. And they're kind of reverse tweezers, right? So they clasp down, and they're going to just hold my knot there to keep it nice and tight. So once I do that, and I think I got those at like Hobby Lobby or Michael's or something, right? If we ever sell them, I'll let you know. And I'll take credit for it. Actually, that's not true. I have a couple other demonstrator friends that do this as well, because it just makes it so much easier. Look how cute. You can make such a cute bow and not have to stress about your bow. All right. Tighten it up. And I want to make it kind of a bigger bow. And I'm just going to make it even over here. It's not halfway, but kind of like, I don't know, a third maybe. And I tuck it over to the left because I'm going to put a sentiment here. So then I just need to cut it till it's even. That's pretty even. And I'm going to set that over on the side here. So pretty. See, that beautiful designer paper is what stands out, right? Like, it's so beautiful. Hi, Miss Joan. I certainly miss you. I'm glad you're on today. I can't wait to start making cards with you again soon. I'm telling you, it's gonna be soon. I just know it. I knew I would do this. Oh, here it is. I set everything up before my lives, and I have little piles of all the stuff that I want to make sure I don't forget, and then I lose it along the way. So somehow in making cards I lose what I'm working on. We're gonna go ahead and use Sending Healing Hugs, and again, that's from that So Sentimental Stamp Set, which is so cute. And we're gonna use that Misty Moonlight. Just sticking with our color here. See, super simple. You don't need a ton of different supplies to make these gorgeous cards. When I tap on the ink pad, I'm just tapping really lightly. So if you see me kind of checking, I just want to make sure it's even on the back and that there's a good amount of ink on it. But I don't press hard at all. It's super gentle. Our stamp pads store upside down. So when I flip that lid again, it's going to go upside down. So the ink is really right at the top waiting for me. So I don't have to press hard, which is great, and it stays nice and juicy. And I'm just going to stamp that on a piece of white cardstock that I had kind of sitting around. I find I always have extra white. And then I'm going to use one of the sentimental dies. So one of the dies from our bundle here. And because of my die cut machine, I do have a magnetic plate on it, and it can be a little temperamental. So I'm going to use some Post-it tape. You could use a Post-it note, you can use purple tape, you can use whatever works for you. But I'm going to use a little Post-it tape and just make sure my die stays right in the spot I want it. Now I'm stamping first and then die cutting because I want it even. If I tried to die cut and then stamp, these are red rubber stamps. So they're awesome because they're going to last pretty much forever, and they have a nice cushion on them. The problem is you can't see through them, and so sometimes it's hard to get it exactly where you want it. So I try and stamp first and then die cut. So I'm going to move this over to my die cut machine, which is kind of in the way here, but I'm ready for a new die cut machine. So we have been waiting a while. Stampin' Up! Started talking well, over a year ago about developing a new die cut machine. And it was in development for quite a while. They really wanted to have something that was quality. They asked for a lot of opinions about what are the things that best make a die cut machine. And last January, February maybe, they gave us a glimpse of what it looks like, and it is awesome. So it officially comes out for demonstrators on August 4th. So August 4th, I will be buying my new die cut machine from Stampin' Up! We don't currently offer one, so I'm super excited to be able to share that with you guys next month. And then all of my customers, you can purchase yours starting in September. So if you like, though, you can always become a demonstrator. I just call it my VIPs, because really, as a demonstrator, you're just getting an awesome deal on your Stampin' products. You get 20% off or more, including the die cut machine. I'm getting 20, well, where I am in sales, I get, sometimes I get as high as 30% off of my order. So that's awesome. If you are ever interested in doing that and joining our team, please let me know. It's such an amazing deal. It's $125 worth of product that you choose. You get to pick whatever you want from the catalog. $125 worth, and then you pay $99 for it. Yeah, can't beat that, huh? Okay, I love Stampin' Dimensionals. I'm putting a ton on the back. And these just help lift it up. If you've never used a dimensional before, it's double-sided, and all it does is just give your paper a little bit of lift. So I'm using those today because I want again, I really want the paper to be the prominent thing on here. So I'm going to stick this on our card base. But if you're interested in joining our team, again, it's $99 plus tax. The shipping is free, and you get to choose $125 worth of product that you want from the catalog. And then there's no obligation. At that point, you are eligible for a 20% discount on all your purchases, but you don't have to. Like, I tell my team, like, you never have to talk to me again if you don't want to. But you do, because you don't want to miss out on all the fun deals. And you get, like, first dibs on everything when you're a demonstrator. So it's fun. There's really no obligation, which I think is the best part, and people are able to just come and go. Take advantage of the deal if they like, and then kind of try it out, see if you like it. You don't have to sell. Most of the people on my team are just what we call hobby demonstrators, so they just use it for the discount because they love all the Stampin' Up! Stuff. And how can you not? Because it all matches and looks so cute together. Alright, so I popped that up on my card front, just gives it a little something. And then I'm going to take my little sentiment here that I cut out and put some dimensionals on that. And I'm going to put that right down here by our ribbon. That's it. What do you think? It really makes the paper stand out, right? Like, that's my favorite part, is it's all about the paper, which is gorgeous. Can't beat that. And if you got that in the mail, wouldn't that make you feel better? Especially if you weren't feeling so good. It would make me feel better. Alright, I have one more card for you today. This card, we're again going to feature our gorgeous paper. So we're going to start with Whisper White card base, and we're gonna flip our card base a little. So instead of cutting our paper vertical, we're gonna cut it wrong. Instead of cutting it horizontal, we're gonna cut it vertical. I guess you could flip your paper and say it either way. But this is gonna be 11 by 4 1/4, and then we're just gonna fold it in half and score it. I use my bone folder to score it. Some people just fold it in half and use their finger, or maybe one of their stamp blocks. Whatever works for you. And then we're gonna bring in our Misty Moonlight. So we're still using that Misty Moonlight paper. I told you I love the blue, so and it's like a denim blue almost. It's so pretty. And we're gonna cut this to 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So we're getting into the 8ths measurements here. So I'm gonna do 5 3/8. 1, 2, 3. And you could even go to 16ths on this ruler. I mean, you could get even more precise on your trimmer. I don't need it to be that precise. But I do like to have just a little bit of the space. So you're gonna see there's gonna be a little bit of an outline of the white. So I did want to leave a little bit of a gap there, which is why I went to 5 3/8 and 4 1/8. And I'll set this aside. So I'm gonna lay that there. And then I'm gonna cut my designer paper. And this is gonna be very monochromatic, this card. It's gonna be whites and blue. And I love that look, so I think it's gonna be super pretty. But I love this blue color, especially with the flowers. So we're gonna cut that to 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And I always cut the smallest measurement first with my 6 by 6 paper because I feel like I save more paper that way. Like there's a bigger chunk left over. It's not because it's the exact same amount, but for some reason I feel like that gives me more in the end. So 3 7/8. Eyeballing that here. And then we'll do 5 1/8. And don't be afraid to cut your pretty paper. It's okay. We're gonna set that aside. And we're gonna just play with our pretty paper here. So we're gonna take our designer series paper and we're just gonna stick that right to the top of our blue that we just put out. There we go. And we're just going to center that right on that Misty Moonlight paper. Try and give it an even edge on all sides. Then I'm going to use those dies again. So I'm using the same die set. And I'm using these 2 dies here that layer on top of each other. So you've got kind of the larger one, and then we're gonna layer that up with our smaller die here. I love these dies, they're so pretty. And so I've already cut those just so I didn't have to deal with my clunky machine over there. When I have my Stampin' Up! One, I'm gonna show you every time. I'm gonna be so excited to play with it. I'm going to center this right on the page, and I'm going to go ahead and adhere that down. Okay, so I'm just, it's probably more than I needed, but that's okay. And I'm just going to try and find the center as best I can and center that sentiment. There we go. And then I'm going to use some of our tulle ribbon. So you can see I love this ribbon. It's almost out. I've got a whole nother roll sitting right up in my ribbon case because I use this a lot. I use it a lot because one, it's white, and it's that's a pretty common color for me to use. But also because it's so easy to work with. And whenever you're working with tulle, it's easy to work with, and it's so pretty. So we are going to take a piece of this, and we're just going to wrap it around the front. And we're just going to cut enough to put a tie. We're not going to do a bow this time. We're just going to do a knot. But when we make our knot, we want to make sure and have enough that kind of hangs down here. So whatever I do, I want to make sure I have enough that sort of hangs in the center. And then I'm going to tie it right around. See, this is just so easy. I don't even need my tweezers because that tool holds its shape so well. And it's fun. I mean, who doesn't love polka dots, right? Have some polka dots. We're gonna let that hang down, and then we'll trim that up here in a minute. And then I'm gonna go ahead, and this is where I would stamp my sentiment again. I did do it for us this time, again, just to make it go a little quick, or without my clunky machine. So I stamped it on a piece of Whisper white cardstock. Then I put with the Misty Moonlight ink. So definitely use that gorgeous blue again. And then I used just a piece of Post-it tape to help hold this down to make sure I got it exactly where I wanted it when I ran it through the machine. So we're going to keep that, and we're actually going to pop that up on the top of our card. So using those dimensionals again, I am almost out of my dimensionals here. Don't worry, I've got a whole drawer full. And I use the outside edges, so I'll actually cut pieces off. I'm going to use every single little piece of this stuff, man. This is my favorite. So don't be afraid. Don't throw it away when you feel like you've used all the inside. Use the outside too. I don't want you to miss out on that. Use it all. Right, and then we're just going to peel that up. And it's so nice because it really is easy to get the backing off. These are lovely dimensionals. I absolutely love these. There are other companies that make other ones. They're just, it's not the same quality. Which is probably why I love Stampin' Up! Stuff so much. I just always have such a high quality, high standard of quality. So I'm going to stick this down. I'm going to stick it right on top of that ribbon there. I'm going to go ahead and trim our ribbon. There we go, so it's even. And then I'm going to take and stick that on our card front. So you can see I just trim, when I did the dimensions, I only cut 1/8 of an inch off. And that's because I just wanted a little bit of that white to show. I didn't want it to really be the focal point. I want this beautiful designer series paper to be the focus. And it is. It's so pretty. Go. Scissors in the way here. Just a little in the middle. There we go. Telling you, it's good sticky stuff. And then just very carefully you're going to set that down so that it's in the center, which is always the tricky part when I've got a camera above my head. I'm trying not to lean into you guys. All right. And that's it. Doesn't that really highlight the paper? I feel like you can do this with any type of paper that you love. You just find the paper you love, find a color that coordinates with it, with your cardstock, and put the two together, and you've got that gorgeous monochromatic look, but it's beautiful on cards, and it really makes your sentiment stand out, but you're using all that beautiful designer paper that I'm sure you've got stashed away somewhere. If you're anything like me, I've got a few. So those are our cards for today. Again, this is that beautiful paper is from our Flowers for Every Season pack. Right now we do have a card kit special using the Flowers for Every Season. In that card kit special, it's $25. You get everything you need to make 12 beautiful cards. You get the envelopes, the card bases, everything pre-cut, except the designer paper, because I'm going to give you 20 sheets of this beautiful designer paper to play with. All the directions for 4 different types of cards, and you're going to make 3 of each of the designs. And then it's using our Best Year stamp set, which is an awesome sentiment stamp set. So if you're interested in that, please click the link above or see your newsletter. It's in there as well. But definitely let me know. I only have a couple of those available that are going to be available, and so you want to let me know because I already had the pre-orders happen. So do let me know if you're interested. Hopefully you like today's cards, and hopefully you're having a great week. I know I'm really excited. It's Friday. Hopefully everyone gets to just go home and relax and enjoy the rest of your weekend. So friends, stay safe. I miss you all so much, but I feel like we're doing the right thing. Keeping everybody safe is super important to me. So if there's anything you need, feel free to reach out. I miss you guys, so let me know in the comments if there's anything I can do. You guys, I'm always praying for you and thinking about you. And making lots of cards. I'm trying to keep myself busy too. But if there's anything you need, let me know. Hopefully you're enjoying all the videos and all the fun cards that we're making together, and hopefully it's inspiring you. And if it is, I really want to see all the beautiful work that you're doing too. So if you're at home and you're crafting, take some pictures and post it on our TK Crafts page. I'd love to see what you've been working on. All right, have a beautiful, blessed day, and I will see you all next week. Bye, friends.